Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge.
They need to move up the rankings. They've tinkered with their lineup, but so far they just keep getting the same results.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Davis. Parker out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Garland, and it's Davis in at the 5 spot. They've got Howard. Kyrie Irving is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Kyle Kuzma, and it's Osman in at small forward. Now when it comes to load management strategy, Doris, should coaches do it along the way as opposed to waiting until the last, say, quarter or third of the season?
Well, Kev, I think you can look to the San Antonio Spurs, who I think were the first to really look hard at what we would now describe as load management. And I think the one thing is you're trying to just make sure guys are prepared for the most important point of the season. You've got to win enough to get in the playoffs and be positioned well, but your guys have also have to be healthy at the end of the year.
Good.
I like this play. Jabari Parker's percentages go up when he operates foul line down.
Clarkson against Davis. Here's Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. And Davis pulls it down. Davis surveying the floor. Now Garland. A 20-point game for him in the win again.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Now here's Irving. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Clarkson with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Phoenix.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
And that one's good by Davis. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
They get the rebound. Howard's shot is good.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Nate McMillan. I asked him how they'll try to deal with Kyrie, and he shrugged. He said, he may be the best ball handler in the league. He gets where he wants to on the court. He just got to contest wherever he goes. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Well, Jordan Clarkson loves the offensive end, and he's in the flow on that drive. That's nice.
It's Davis on the wing. Over Howard. And it's Davis missing. Gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Kuzma can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Kind of see Ingram get going down low. Just another dimension of his game that he continues to develop.
Here's Irving. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Parker against Kuzma. Pass to Osman. 5 on the clock. Here's Clarkson.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Now, here's Garland. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Irving from long range. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
Ingram outside. Shoots over Kuzma. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And you have to tip your cap to Kuzma. He absorbs contact well and knows how to adjust his shot. And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
Now here's Irving. He had 25 points in the win against Phoenix. All alone. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Irving's got 5.
You guys know it's pick your poison when you are trying to cover Kyrie out of the pick and roll.
And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
Here's Clarkson following the basket by Anthony Davis. Pass to Howard. That one drops for him. Howard's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, guys, the powerful physical frame of Dwight Howard, so problematic for a defense.
You hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Here's Garland following the basket by Dwight Howard. He's guarded by Knight. He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Here's Okpala. He's covered by Leonard. Okpala. Shot will go. The visitors with the ball. They trail by 1.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different. Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Now here's Fultz. Not a lot of room. Yep, that one goes in there.
You gotta love how Fultz uses his strength on these tough finishes, elevating up and over the defense and just finishing in traffic.
Chris Dunn's checked in for Garland. That free throw good from Fultz.
Well, you think into Markelle Fultz's early part of his career, he was under such scrutiny as the #1 overall pick. This guy's starting to prove how valuable he can be.
Now here's Leonard. Fires from deep. Buries it from three-point range.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
And the shot goes in from Fultz.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
He's guarded by Knight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
The visitors with the ball. Shamet on the wing. 11 points for him in that last game again. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Howard.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And he makes the first. That one is no good.
Boy, the missed free throw there keeping this game at even. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Here's Fultz. Softly drops in the floater. Fultz has got 7 points.
And back in his day as coach of the Blazers, players called Nate McMillan Sarge for his style. Very tough and demanding.
The beauty, though, Greg, to me is Nate McMillan has adapted. He has given more leeway for his players and his assistant coaches. He's willing to take players aside and bring a more personal approach. And I think in today's NBA, that's critical.
And here's Fultz after Chris Dunn made that last three-pointer. And that one is good.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet to miss a shot.
Fultz has gone 4 for 4 shooting tonight. 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Jerebko kicks to Dunn. 4 on the clock. Over Fultz. Dunn's shot's good. Dunn's got his second basket of the night.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight. Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. We've got Jonas Jerebko. He's out there with Myers Leonard. Dunn is out there with Landry Shamet. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, you know, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Well, Doris, and you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see. Now here's Powell. Passes to Fultz. A baseline J. It's rebounded by Leonard. It has been sensational. 75% for the game. And it's Dunn penetrating. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Dunn is always looking to attack. When he has room to run, boy, you better look out.
Fultz the pass to Doumbouya. It's Powell on the wing. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Okay, we see the mid-range game of Norman Powell starting to take shape, doing work.
Timeout called by Nate McMillan. Over the last month, they've been on fire from three-point land. 5th on the list, Kyrie Irving.
A lot of point guards in the NBA don't get enough credit for how well they shoot the basketball. So give this group their due. Some outstanding long-range shooting.
You know, and having that element of long-range shooting ability makes them a tough puzzle for defenders to solve. You know, it's an invaluable asset for point guard, and these players have it in a big-time way.
Now, here's Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Down low. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Doumbouya. And it's 7 points for Kyrie Irving. Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. The pass to Ingram. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Irving from long range. And Ibaka slams it in.
Kev, we know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Here's Shamet. Wide open shot is on the money. Shamet's got 5 points so far. Gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Powell, the pass to Ibaka. Outside Irving. It's good from long range. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
No defense right there for that shot from Irving. Released so quick, especially off the pass. Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list. He can use either hand. So much English. This guy is tough.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Ibaka outside. Great D that time from Leonard. Inodorus, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't draw a ton of fouls.
Kevin, I think that has everything to do with his elusivity. This is a young man who can finish with either hand, can get separation on any defender. This is the one thing you'd say about Kyrie Irving. He does not initiate contact around the rim.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Looking now at some numbers for Dwight Howard. This past month, he's really set himself apart. 10th in field goal percentage, 14th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Garland, no good. Gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Osman. No points in the game yet for him. In the corner, Irving with it. And he hits the jump shot.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Now, here's Garland. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Clarkson. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Davis against Clarkson. Davis kicks to Parker. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Parker's got his second basket of the night. Gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. Irving looking over the floor. Free throw line jump shot. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. And here is Garland. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Ingram outside. The step back jumper is good.
And you have to love seeing Ingram knock down the mid-range J, a lethal scorer who nails these shots with consistency.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Here's Ingram. 6-point game. Here's Davis. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Pass to Clarkson. Now Howard. He had 13 points in the win against Phoenix.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots.
Now here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
The instincts of Ingram, just seeing a lane and pouncing on it in a blink of an eye.
Here's Osman. No points in the game yet for him. He kicks it to Clarkson. Shoots it. Offensive rebound. Kuzma. Parker with the steal. And here's the fast break. Loads it up for Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Irving with the ball. 14 points for him. From deep. And no good that time.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 14 points and 1 assist. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Howard. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Osman in at the 3. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Now, here's Garland. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Parker outside. For the tie. And the layup is up and in. Parker's got 6 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And it's in there.
And we know this. When Kyrie Irving starts to get going on the offensive end, he's really tough to contain. An incredible scorer because you know he can hurt you from any area of the floor.
Now here's Ingram. He's got 8. And Davis now top of the key. Here's Garland. Second shot opportunity. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
Well, Jabari Parker is a natural-born scorer. He understands how to make the defense commit the foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
They get it back. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee. And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
It should be a 2-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
Irving passes to Kuzma. From down in the low post, it goes.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
Here's Garland. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Irving up top. 16 points for him. And Davis pulls it down.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Garland kicks to Davis. Parker outside. Shot clock at 6. Back to Davis. Parker outside. From the arc. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. And 11 points for Parker.
Well, the length and the high release point. Jabari Parker, no trouble taking and making contested jumpers.
Here's Irving. And Davis sends it back.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
That shot wide open.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Now, here is Irving. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. Anthony Davis, third.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
And the home team has possession. 7-point differential. Fultz looking around. 5 to shoot. They need this. Good D by Parker. Gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Loads it up for Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Here's Rab. Back to Fultz. Pass to Dumboya. Off target from outside.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. If it counts.
Well, this is what's evolving over time, right? Markelle Fultz running the pick and roll, such a precise play.
Timeout called by Nate McMillan. Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
You look at Irving, he's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Whoa, love the hard drive by Jabari. He is a threat anytime you give him a lane.
53% from the floor. They're locked in. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Fultz, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Inside, and Davis throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Dumboya. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Ingram. Here's Garland. Banked in off the glass. Garland's got 7 now in this quarter.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
Garland, the pass to Ingram. The 15-footer, good. Ingram's got 10.
And it's easy to see just how dangerous Ingram is in the pick and roll. His size, the long arms, the shooting ability. The D has no clue as to what to do. And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging about 23 points per, 12 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
Clarkson, the teardrop falls in. He's got 10.
Well, very difficult to guard the floater. Jordan Clarkson, nicely done.
Occupying that instant offense role, Doris. Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
Here's Osman. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
And the home team has possession. Trailing by 17. He gets that one. Clarkson's got 12 points in the game.
How about Jordan Clarkson, the ability at his position to absorb contact and finish the play?
Here's Davis. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Now here's Knight. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Clarkson. 5 on the clock. Wing shot on the way. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
Well, Jordan Clarkson specializes at capitalizing on what the defense gives him. Nicely done in the mid-range.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Davis on the wing. Over Howard. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Davis has got 11 points in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Off on that one. And so it's the visiting team. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Myers Leonard is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Garland. Shoots from 12. The shot will not fall. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And it's Davis missing. The 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Here's Clarkson. And a miss there on the triple. Davis dishes to Garland. Back to Davis. Falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Davis has got 23 points.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball call.
He dishes it to Garland. Shoots from 12. No good on that one. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution. Parker. Ingram.
Here's Clarkson. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
Ingram outside. Got a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. 6 to shoot. Here's Davis, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. The first one falls.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And so he makes both from the line.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now, here's Clarkson.
Foul. Number 2. That's his first personal foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Kuzma. He gets it in there.
And gotta feel helpless at times if you're the defense. Kuzma just fantastic at converting despite their best effort.
Now here is Davis. Parker outside. To the paint. And it's Davis finishing it off.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Well, the defense committed to Parker, so he beats them with a pass. Beautifully done.
Now, here is Irving. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. Parker's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Davis throws it down.
And the passing of Ingram, setting up his teammates and distributing the ball effortless.
Irving against Parker. Irving attacking to halt the run. And Davis sends it back. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game. Today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Now here is Howard over Davis. No good from Howard.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ingram. Tries again, and it's Davis laying it in. Davis has got 29 in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Now, here is Irving. Defense right on him. They get it back. Buries it down low. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Some of the best point guards are sneaky good rebounders. Kyrie doing work on the glass right there.
Ingram outside. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now here is Howard. And Davis sends it back. Davis against Clarkson. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Howard, the pass to Kuzma. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Gone through the fourth quarter, shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Such a boost to this offense when this guy can knock down uncontested threes.
Davis against Clarkson. Now here is Howard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis.
You know, even as Dwight Howard heads for his mid-30s, I believe he can still impact the game. This guy is a physical specimen. He can be a tremendous force as a shot blocker and a rebounder.
And surely Howard not as explosive as he once was. But as you said, Doris, the presence is still there.
No doubt, Kevin. And this team doesn't need Dwight to put up 20 points. That's not what he's here for. They need rim protection, and they need him to rebound at a high level.
Well, you and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a midseason tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, obviously you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that midseason tournament too.
Now, here's Fultz. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Shot from free throw range. That's good on the jump shot. And that's 13 points for Markelle Fultz.
Well, terrific to see Markelle Fultz knock it down, looking more and more assertive in the mid-range.
Now the pass to Ingram. This one for 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. In straight 49% from the field. Knight against Davis. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Rabs check in for Dwight Howard.
Shooting 1.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here is Davis. Buries the easy one. Davis has got 12 points now in the quarter.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals, establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
And that one, good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Now, here is Knight. Fultz connects from three-point range.
Whenever Fultz is in a catch-and-shoot situation, you know he can't wait for that ball to find his hands.
Now, here's Garland. Guarded by Fultz. And here is Garland. No good there. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Pass to Rab. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.